check out our shirt on Teespring.
So, I get really bad news. Great America will be closing down in 2033. It was sold on June this year, and it's going to go bye-bye. So it's one of the days. It's going to be 10 more years. It's really sad. It's part of my childhood memories, and I'm going to tell about a little bit of history about the place and why it makes it unique. Well, the plan is for them is while they're closing it down, they're going to slowly close down, start taking down rides, and by the time 2033 happens, it'll be all gone. Hopefully these rides will have a second life somewhere else. I heard they do sometimes do that, but be kind of interesting what will happen next. So Great America opened on March 20th, 1976. Marriott, the ones that opened a bunch of chains, hotels around the United States or maybe somewhere else. Like 1 week later, they opened the one near Chicago, 40 miles north of Chicago. What I heard is pretty much similar to the one in Santa Clara. The location of Great America is between 101 and 237 in the city of Santa Clara, the county of Santa Clara. It is a maximum of 45-minute drive south from San Francisco and a 10 or 15-minute drive from San Jose. So originally it was called Marriott Great America, but I said earlier. That was from 1976 to 84. And then from 1985, 92, and again in 2007, it was called Great America. Paramount was called Great America from 1993 to 06. And then California Great America from 07 to the present day. The thing of living in Santa Clara County was Great America. As a child, it was not that far, easy to get to. And, you know, of course, parents always happy to drop you off, get some peace. The best memory is getting a picture taken with Wiley E. Coyote when I was like 6 years old, because you know he was always chasing the roadrunner around. You know, but he had time to take a picture with me. What a nice guy. And also, it was kind of family union. My grandpa used to try to get the whole family to go once a year, and it has like tons of memories. My mom used to got the season pass 1 year and dropped me and my sister off and said this is their summer camp this summer. So that was a very highlight, going there every day. Give her 20 hours and then you're on your own kid. But it'd be a stat. I mean, a lot of memories. You know, I mean, still I haven't been there in quite a while. Of course, endemic thing made things that great. But I think it's been almost 6 or 7 years last time I went to it. But still, it'd be a shame watching it go. 2014, Great America got a new neighbor, Levi Stadium. Levi Stadium was built in 2014 in the overflow lot of Great America. It was a new home for the 49ers. Recently, they were playing at Carousel Park from 1971 to 1913. Over the years, they have different kinds of mascots. Every time some company bought Great America, they lose that mascot license, so they get a new kind of license from different kind of animation companies. Original for many years it was Looney Tunes was the first one, and later on Bolliger characters came along. They had a license for that, and then right now they have the Peanuts. It's kind of cool to take a picture of them. So here are some of the rides I'm going to talk about. What made Great America so great? Woo! When you first enter the park, you'll see the two-story carousel. It is called Carousel Columbus. It's a 2-deck carousel, and it's really beautiful. One of the most beautiful carousels I've ever seen, and a lot of memories on that ride as a kid. Right from it, there's like a pond. They freeze it during the winter fest they have there, and during the Halloween fest, they make it orange and or blue, whatever color they want, and put Halloween stuff. But once again, it'd be a shame they tear this thing down, because it should be like California historic site, or take it down, put it somewhere else. But it's really, be one of the saddest things to see it get torn down. So the next ride I want to talk about is a roller coaster. Is old wooden roller coaster designed back in the 19th century with earlier stages of roller coasters. It's called the Grizzly, and you can't miss it. First into the park is right next to Carousel. It's on the right hand side. It's not the most scary roller coaster, but it kind of cool to see how roller coasters were back in the day. But the only problem they had was they built it right near these business right next to the border of the park, and these people couldn't take the screaming for 8 hours. So they had to change the time when this roller coaster would be open and closed. During, I guess, business hours, it had to be closed most of the day, then reopen later on that day. But, that's what we get for building a business for an amusement park. This was my favorite ride at Great America. I hope I go on it before the whole thing goes bye-bye. It's called the Demon. This ride is really fast, a lot of twists and turns. It goes for this cave that's shaped like a skeleton. But I'm going to admit, this is really fast-paced. I can't really describe the feeling you get onto this thing, but it's been there since the beginning, I think. But we have a lot of memories going on this like many times on a weekend when the line is short on weekends, and you go as many times as you want. So my favorite place to go is the bumper cars at Great America. How often can you bump into people, go full speed and hit in the back? But over the years, they kind of changed their policy with that. They had you had to go like a one-way thing. You can't go different directions. But I did the same thing, and the guy who was working on the PAs, telling you have to follow the rules. And there's a lot of places that have done that around the area that they limited how many times you can strike somebody. And it's mostly like a one-way traffic kind of defeats the purpose. So I'm going to talk about this far right. It's called the Edge. Well, you can tell it was like shaped like a J. What you do is you hop in this thing. It's kind of shaped like an elevator. Sit down. It sit maybe 4 or 5 people, maybe 6. Who knows? I can't remember. So you go straight up, and it just drops down, and then it goes down like a J. And then when it gets to the bottom, you're on your back, and then before you get off, it uprights itself, and then you're off. So the Edge was replaced. The thing we call the drop zone. It went by many names before that, but all it is one long thing, and then the ride is shaped like a circle. I don't know how many people fit, maybe 12 people. It goes up, and then it goes straight down, and that's all it is. And you feel G's or something, or your pants, whatever comes first. So this one ride was called Skywheel. It was an interesting ride. It had these 6 claws. At the tip of the claws, there was a chain and a bird cage or a cage, or whatever you want to call it. But I think it was called Tweeberg or something back in the day, before they lost their Looney Tunes rights. But interesting about it was you just sit down. It used a whole day, maybe 5 people or 4 people around there. And if you want to get romantic, it is near the sunset. It's one of the best times you want to get a little romantic with somebody paired, or you want to, get to know better. Also, this ride was in a movie called Beverly Part 3, a really horrible, crappy movie. I encourage you to watch it. I think it has like a 9% on Rotten Tomatoes. But it has the best scene in the whole movie. There's the best action scene when Eddie Murphy is trying to save his kids from falling. And also, George Lucas had a cameo in it. So, this is the other ride I used to enjoy. The kid is gone now, but it's called the Time Wave. What it is very simple. You go, they shoot you on a roller coaster, and you go like on this huge loop thing, and then you go to the very top of it, and then you stop, and then you go backwards to the loop, and you go forward. I think you go like one more time. I can't remember, but I missed that ride. I mean, if you go on the weekdays, there's hardly any line. Go as many times as you want, but weekend is a whole different story. So that's pretty much all the rides I could think of. I'm sure there's a lot more rides. Of course, this video will be like an hour and a half or more longer. Let me know in the comment section what rides you rides, and your experience of riding these rides, and and what rides scare the crap out of you. That'd be more interesting, honest. Also, I pray that these rides have a different life somewhere else. It happened before. Some rides, they work in better time there, and then other place will buy it. So we'll see what happens. All right. So there was only 2 movies ever filmed in Great America. Both of them were filmed in 1994, and they're both just terrible, horrible movies. The first one is Giving Even with Dad. Came out once again in 1984. You can watch it free on YouTube. It has a Rotten Tomatoes at 3%. Directed by Howard Ridge, starring Nicole and Ted Danson. Terrible movie. Don't watch it. So, not so great movie was filmed there was Eddie Murphy was in Beverly Hills Cop Part 3. only best part of the whole movie. Great action scenes. Eddie Murphy is trying to save these two kids from falling. Also, George Lucas had a cameo in that part of the movie. So, Great America did have a IMAX theater. When I went to see it, it mostly had like a documentary about outer space and nature. But I heard that sometimes they play actual movies there, but you got to pay a certain price to see it. Great America did have their own concert venue. It's called the Redwood Theater. It hosts like 5,000 people. It's mostly for like local bands, have festival, special events. Bands from the 80s and 90s will show up. The bands were Tesla, Jars of Clay, Whitesnake, Ted Nugent, and POD, and of course Salt Pepper will show up once in a while. But have you been to this venue? Let me know. Let me know what kind of stories you have. Kind of know, because I never went to it myself. Great America did have their own water park. It was called the South Bay Shores. I don't know when it opened up, but it was a good, interesting place. It had a little key pool, play area for kids, areas they could climb. They have built water slides, kid water slides, actual pool, and also a little tube rafting area for the for the adults and the kids to try out. But most of the time, there's a good amount of line, and limit how many people go on this little rafting. Let me know if you've been as a kid or got any good stories about it. I'd like to know in the comments section, please. Thank you. So we'll be talking about some of the sections of Great America. One of them was the county fair. That was kind of cool. One of their places, arcades. They have a bunch of colonies. You could win like a bunch of stuffed animals. But they have one area, you know, that gets your way. The rides were really simple. You know, typical county fair rides. So a good place to check out the New Orleans area. That's where the area the bubble cars are. Also, when you go up there, it's like a lot of good food. A lot of buildings are shaped like New Orleans. They have different kind of things to spend your money on. They have gift shops. You could buy a bunch of stuff there. Not too many rides there section, but it's kind of like a really kind of quiet area. It doesn't get too busy. Also, they have like a trolley that goes through there. So they have all types of restaurants inside the park. They have their own version of fast food, fish food, hot dogs, you name it, Chinese food. Also, when I went there, they also sell alcohol. It's not really a cozy place, have a theme park that sells alcohol. So I'm gonna miss this the most about Great America, the Halloween hunt. I remember going to this thing in my mid-20s, and I'm 47 now. It was pretty exciting to go. When you walk into it, they totally transfer the place and kind of Holland place. We walk by the pond near the carousel. It is all red, bloody, and a bunch of great, decorations. So they really go out their way, and they hire these people to go around scaring people. And it's fun to follow them around, watching freaking out people. Also, they have like little haunted houses or haunted mansions or different kind of sections with different themes, with Halloween themes to it. Too bad. I think they're not going to have it this year. It's gone now, but it will be missed. I had a lot of great memories of going to this thing. It's kind of cool. They have a little ice rink, the little pond in front of the carousel. They make it into ice. You go ice skate on it. They do other way, make it this place looking like really a winter wonderland. I never went to this thing, so I really can't tell you that much. But the picture I've seen of it looks really nice and beautiful. Because the fireworks, every 4th of July is amazing fireworks. Especially here in the Bay Area, it used to be like we used to go up to the Cupertino Hills and watch a lot of fireworks. It'd be fireworks at San Jose Giants, fireworks at Great America, and Shoreline. And so it was one of the places. I think Danza College had their own fireworks, but I could be wrong at least. But I was gonna miss. I remember one quick story. I remember one year we went to Santa Clara to watch fireworks on the streets of Santa Clara. And before the fireworks, we saw a game fight, and they were not shy, doing being a crab out of each other or starting stuff in front of hundreds of people. It was like it was better for me. It was better than watching cops on TV. So good old Santa Clara. Keep it classy. Hey folks, thanks for staying to the end of this video. Right now I'm in the hospital, so very limited things we can do. But in the future, hopefully this channel will be growing, doing different things each time. Please like and subscribe to this channel; it'll help. Also, I'm looking for people to be part of this channel.